respect the flag. That's all I can say.
Okay. The truth about electric vehicles. It's a good idea. Absolutely. But think about this. You take a nation like ours. Okay. Electric vehicles have to be charged. Where does that energy come from that you're using to charge your vehicle? You're thinking, well, I got an electric vehicle, so I'm not polluting. Yay, look at me. You are polluting because you got to plug the car in. You have to charge it. Okay? Whether it's a coal power plant, nuclear power plant, oil, natural gas fired power plant, you're still polluting because you're still charging your car. And then you look out in California, they're telling people not to charge their electric vehicles because the power grid is having some serious issues. And if you look, I don't know what percentage of electric cars are in California, but I know it's a very low percentage, 2 or 3% maybe. Could be higher. I didn't research it, so I'm taking a shot in the dark here. I know it's a very low percentage of electric vehicles in California, and they're telling them, don't charge your electric vehicles. The other problem with electric vehicles, obviously, is range. Okay? You take the United States. All right, I live in a rural area. How you drive to work, let's say you drive, there's a lot of people out here that'll drive, hour and a half to work. Do you expect employers to put charging stations in for all these different electric vehicles? They're not going to do that. They can't afford it. And if you think about it, let's say they put these charging stations in where you work. Who's going to pay for that? All right? They're not going to give you that charging station, let you charge your car for free. They're not going to let you do that. Somebody's got to pay for that. So whether the company puts meters on it and they charge you to do it, or whether they increase the cost of products that they send out to customers, in the end, you're paying for your car to get charged at your office. Okay? Companies cannot afford to put these in. You're on a trip. Let's go across the nation. Okay? Look over the motor homes, people with campers and that travel. Okay? They're traveling across this country. You can't do that with an electric vehicle. There was a perfect example. I wish I had the video shot of it. It was a still picture that somebody posted. It showed a guy with an electric vehicle in a parking lot with a gas-operated generator charging his car in a parking lot. Really? The range on the cars is not enough. When you live in a rural area, like you can take a country like Australia, the whole freaking country basically is rural area. Basically, I didn't say the whole country is, so watch your comments. But they live basically all in a rural area. And the other problem with electric vehicles is the majority of the batteries, where do they come from? China, you say. Bingo. Lithium, cadmium, nickel. Those are all components used to make batteries for electric cars. Where does all that come from? Not all of it. Where does most of it come from? United States? Nope. Australia? No. Europe? No. China. Who's the biggest polluter in the world? China. They're building more and more. They go through something like 18 million pounds, or tons rather, 18 million tons of coal every single day for their power plants. Yet we're all supposed to cut back. So anyway, electric vehicles, it's a really good idea. Now I think a hybrid vehicle, okay, like you take the Benz, they have a S600 series. that part gas, part electric. That I'm all for. They're super expensive though. But that's a good idea because you're not relying 100% on an electric vehicle to get you where you're going. But in a way, electric vehicles are impractical. You look it up on YouTube, the truth about electric vehicles or people that own electric vehicles, they are finding out that there's a lot of issues with electric vehicles because you can't just like plug them in anywhere. Your battery is getting low, you need a charge. Oh shit, it's 60, 70 miles to the next town. Oh wait, that town doesn't have charging stations for your EV. Now what are you going to do? You're going to sit on the side of the road, you're going to call your towing company, and oh, you're out of gas? No, I'm out of electricity. Okay, so we're going to have to tow your car. And if you look up how most of these towing things work, towing services, they tow you to the nearest repair center, the nearest repair shop. That if you look it up, that's how most of them are. Some of them, you pay extra and they'll tow you where you want. Okay, so they're going to tow you to the nearest repair shop. That repair shop can't charge your vehicle. They're not going to have chargers there for all these different vehicles. So you see, the practicality of electric vehicles just isn't there. Okay, it really isn't. Now, if you live in town, okay, like my ma did, she drove, well, she hardly ever drove, but she drove such short distances, so that wouldn't have been a problem for her. So if you live in like a highly populated area, like Royal Oak, places like that where everything is right there, where your longest drive to go to the grocery store is like maybe 10 miles, you go to work 5 miles, 10 miles away, in your car can go, a couple hundred miles on a charge, 300 miles or whatever, that's fine and dandy. You can do that. Electric vehicles for inner city, absolutely, you can do that because you can go home every day and charge it. Now, what's it going to do to your electric bill, right? And you think, okay, well, doesn't cost that much to charge an electric vehicle. Look it up. The energy prices are skyrocketing, okay, because of who's in office now. The Democrats are in office, stopped our energy independence, so now it's going through the roof. And that just didn't hurt the United States. If you think about it, that hurt the entire world. Because when Trump was in, we drove down energy prices for the entire world. So now we're not producing that. OPEC nations, they're not going to up their production to please Biden. Well, it's election time, so we got to get the prices down. They're not going to do that. So anyway, electric vehicles, it's a good idea if you live in an inner city where you don't drive that much. But if you live out here in farmland, no, it's not going to work. You have California that wants to ban electric cars in 2035, I think is what it is. They want to ban, not electric cars, they want to ban gas guzzlers, fuel-powered cars. They're nuts. The power grid in California is already strained to where they're having rolling brownouts and blackouts all the time. It happens out there. Different areas are always getting hit. So now you're going to put, 10 million more vehicles on the road in California that are electric, and all of these people, guess when they're going to charge it? At nighttime when they're home. Plug it in when you get home, charge it so you can go to work the next day. So nighttime is the lowest point of energy use. Well, not if everybody's charging their electric cars at nighttime. That's going to strain the power grid. So in a way, electric cars are a good idea, and they're too expensive. How many people out there can afford, $60,000, $70,000 electric car? You can't. Musk is trying to bring those down, Tesla, by mass producing the vehicles, and he's doing pretty good at it. I got to give him credit. But even he says we still need gas, crude oil. We still need to produce all that stuff. So anyway, electric vehicles, good idea for inner city, rural areas. It won't work. Somehow they're going to have to come up with the ability to have these cars charge quick, hold charge longer. But anyway, electric vehicles, to me, it's a good idea, but at this point in time, the size of our country, the size of Canada, the size of Australia, places like that, it's impractical. You know, and you can sit there and say whatever you want because you're one of the woke idiots that believe all this stuff and want to save the planet. The planet doesn't need saving, okay? Worst case scenario, we wipe out mankind, okay? The planet will recover. But anyway, it's not about that. It's about electric vehicles. I just really don't believe they're practical at this time. I would never get one because I live in a rural area, all right? So no, it wouldn't work for me. And what is a farmer supposed to run their tractors on electric? They're going to force electric vehicles now on the farmers, make them turn their tractors into electric? That's crazy. I mean, they're not doing that yet, but that's what's next. So anyway, electric vehicles, good idea, not practical, even if they got the price down to $30,000, which would be more, affordable for people. Our power grid cannot handle it. Our power grid is stressing now, and a storm rolls through, knocks power out. A couple, 3 years ago, whatever it was, there's areas in Michigan here that were without power for like 2 weeks. Well, great. I can't charge my electric vehicle to go to work because my electricity at my house is out. Oh, yeah, this is Tom. Yeah, I can't come to work. What do you mean you can't come to work? Well, power's out at my house, and I can't charge my electric car, so I can't come to work. Oh, well, you find a way to get here. Oh, wait, my dad just wound up in the hospital. I gotta go there. Oh, wait. Electric car. Oh, bummer. So anyway, if you think about electric vehicles, good idea, not practical in a size country like ours unless you live in an inner city area where you don't drive very much. But anyway, that's my thoughts on electric vehicles. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe, hit the little B in the bottom right hand corner. And hit the notification bell if you want to subscribe. If you don't. I don't really care. Well, that's a fine attitude. And it's like it makes no difference to me. I appreciate everybody that watches my videos. I do say that a lot in my videos, and I appreciate anybody that subscribes. But anyway, whether you like my videos or not, if you learn something, you learn something. If you don't, you don't. But just because you're a Democrat, you don't want to watch my videos because I'm a Republican, that's asinine. That makes absolutely no sense. That's called hate. I could go on a whole thing about Biden unifying the country, and he's a unifier and transparent, but yet he told 74 million Americans you're fascist. Right? So anyway, thanks for watching, people. Appreciate it.